You are going to be sought out by others. And a lot of the time it's going to be because their ego is looking for someone to hold on to. They're going to be looking for context. They're going to be looking to be rescued. As we move forward in the next coming months, we are going to reach the apex of the tribulation within the ascension timeline. And things are going to start to get more and more intense as people are pushed into their awakening. And for those of us that have been on the path for quite a while, we know that the whole dark night of the soul, the awakening, the psyche breaking, the heart breaking open, and the breaking down of everything you ever thought you knew about yourself and your reality is messy and it's intense. And what I wanted to remind you, as you are going to start to be sought out by these people, I don't mean these people, you know what I mean, that holding space is a mastery art, but there's a few ways you can do it, and I'm going to explain, but rescuing is not a part of the program anymore. You will lower your vibration and level of consciousness if you move into the rescuer role while someone else's ego aspect is playing the victim. Because at a soul level, they are just being brought back online by their soul. And we know that there are no victims, no victimizers. So therefore, there is no need to rescue anyone, at any point in time. Everyone is resourceful, everyone is connected, everyone is being guided. Is it difficult for the human to watch? Absolutely. And that's why I'm offering this video as some guidance. Holding space can come in a couple of different forms. We can hold space by being the neutral coach, mentor person that holds a container of energy that is a certain vibration higher than the vibration the person is operating from, where there's an exchange of codes that happens in the invisible, and where you are guiding the person back to their own light, back to their own answers, and sort of soothing the ego and the ego's chaos along the way. So there's active holding space. There's also passive holding space, where from afar you can just send love and compassion to someone that you know that's really going through it. Both are equally potent. One is not better than the other. One is different than the other in its approach, because one includes the ego and one does not. At the end of the day, the higher self will be very, very participating in the person's ascension process when this begins to happen. And a lot of the time, the higher self would actually prefer that no other humans get involved. Allow the person to go through the breaking down and the breaking through that is required as the catalyst for their awakening without interference, rescuing, coaching, words, anything from anyone else. That's quite often the way the higher self sees it. So know that either one or the other is equally good. And while the passive one may feel to you on a human level like you're not doing much or enough, it is potent. We don't want to rescue anyone. The other piece to this is knowing where you're at and what you actually have to give and what you are capable of and what you are absolutely rock solid in and what you are not is your act of love. That is your gift that you can give freely to another person who is going through their awakening, their breaking down, their dark night of the soul. It is not that you aren't enough, that you don't have the gifts, the wisdom within you to offer another person. If on any given moment or any given day, you also are aware that today is not the day. Today is not the day that I have what it would take for me to be able to sit in active neutrality and love with you, for you, and help you untangle yourself from yourself. That is an act of love, knowing what you have to give or not give. And it is love that you actually extend to the other person although their ego will not necessarily receive it that way, when you say, I'm not your person for this. I don't have it in me to give. I love you deeply and I'm sorry that you are going through such a difficult time. Call so-and-so and make a referral to me or to anyone else that you know that is a little bit more mastered in this space. Don't turn your witness of someone else's undoing into another opportunity for you to take a step backwards in your ascension process. You're not a bad person if you don't rush in and help. You're not a bad person if you consciously are aware that you just don't have it to give, or that you're not mastered in this enough yet for you to be able to be the person that God wants you to be in that interaction. It is an act of love to know where you're at and to know what you are capable of giving or not giving. We're about to go through another big intensity, probably from May to October anyway, where people that have sort of heard you say a few things, or where you have maybe planted some seeds, or maybe they've just been observing you as the spiritual cuckoo in the family, they're going to start going through it. And now they're going to remember that you went through it before they did. And the ego in them is going to look for answers, look for context, look for rescuing, and look for guidance that their soul and their higher self already has for them. So there's roles that we all each have to play. There are times when being called in as a more active coach is purposeful and serving, but it's not necessarily always the answer. So I hope that this helps you navigate the next few months as far as you being sought out by other people for your divine innate wisdom that you have incurred and accrued through your own ascension process. Until next time, bye for now.